Hello, everyone. This is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. Welcome, my good friend Chucky. Hope you guys are doing well out there in the UK. Welcome to today's live stream. This is going to be Roxanne. I'm going to be learning Roxanne for intermediate piano. Before we start, if you're watching this after the live stream is over, make sure you click on the card to get a copy of the sheet music, and as well as a link to the tutorial will also be there as well. Although, like with the delays in YouTube, because there's a lot going on with this whole virus, so it's kind of hard to get the clips, not clips, but the cards and editing this video after the live stream is over. It kind of takes a while these days, so just be a little patient. Okay, all right. Also, you want to think of these lessons as a step-by-step practice guide, like how to practice correctly. Okay. Once you get a good feel on this, if you feel like you're understanding these principles, then click on over to the tutorial. Okay, so this is more like step-by-step guide. Tutorial is more like the test to see if you actually can do it on your own, because that's the whole goal of learning anything, not to always depend on instructions, but to be able to do it on your own. All right, last but not least, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you want to catch whenever I go live, hit the notification bell as well. All right, so this is Roxanne, intermediate piano. Before we get started, hey Charles, hi again. This is it's a pretty short arrangement actually, so I'm not saying this is going to be a short lesson, but it's only 3 pages long, and going to be in G minor. Okay, so 2 flats, B flat, E flat throughout. Just be a little careful with that. Okay. All right, let me show you how to practice this. Okay, let me first zoom in on this. I'm getting kind of old, so eyesight is not what it used to be. So what I did is I just played. You want to just, whatever song you're practicing, whatever level you're at, whether it's a piece or a song, whatever genre it is as well, you want to pick the smallest section at a time that you can manage. Okay, so and then there's no measure numbers for this one, so it's kind of annoying, but whatever, we'll go with it. Let me play it one more time. About 8 measures, and what you want to do is stop at least one note into the next measure. Okay, that way you create a connection, a link to the next part. If you skip the step, you're gonna have to waste time actually connecting it. Okay, so it's kind of like when you reading a book, instead of just stopping like at one chapter, it's like reading one sentence into the next chapter, so you kind of know what the idea of the next chapter is kind of going to be. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, all right, so A measures. It's about half a page, and I stopped at the 3rd row if you're following along with the sheet music. Okay, and if that's a little bit too much for you, we can do 4 measures at a time. In fact, let me demonstrate that for you here. I played that first 8 measure introduction, but if you're practicing this way for the first time, it might be kind of difficult. So I'll just show you first 4 measures. So you stop there. Okay, so once you have the small part figured out, okay, and of course stopping one note into the next measure. So to be more specific, stopping on the first beat of measure number 5. That way you connect it. Now we're just gonna go back and do hands separate. Simplify it. Let me try that together. Ready, go. I'll play left hand for you. Try that together. Ready, go. Then back to both hands. Together. Ready, go. that's basic. That's the basic steps on how to practice effectively. Now I'm going to apply these same steps to the next four measures where we stop. So you see, where we stop is also where we begin the connection. Okay. Right hand. Together, ready, go. Left hand. Okay, try that together. Ready, go. I do use a lot of pedal for this one as well to create a nice legato. This is also a good way to practice pedal. One note at a time, one finger at a time. It's almost like you're playing a scale, okay? Alright, now back to both hands. Ready, go. Well, sorry, let me try that again. Ready, slip right there. Ready, go. Now we have two sections, two little parts. You can call it chunking. All right, a frequent example I like to use because it's better when you're teaching students to use metaphors and examples. Okay, it's like a musical pizza, right? So we have two slices. Okay, now we have two different parts. What we're gonna do is just simply put it together. So we're gonna go from the beginning now to measure 9. Pretty nice arrangement, I have to say. And we just go back and we simply do the same thing. Right hand, left hand, hands together. Ready, go. Left hand. Ready, go. Together. Ready, go. By the way, that's like one of my most favorite sounds in the world is when you hear your little puppies, your little doggies, their feet coming down the stairs, their paws. Okay, so this is the basic process of practicing in a nutshell, okay? And we're just gonna apply this throughout the entire piece, all right? This entire song, and I'm just gonna do I'll do little longer sections, so like half a page at a time, okay? So the next 8 measures, okay? So we're gonna go from 8 measures to the first note on the second page. That way you connect that, okay? Then we're gonna practice this whole entire page. Let me do that again. One thing I want to mention, the reason I'm playing first is because, Well, I mean, one step that a lot of students, a lot of my students, and pretty much any student, I would believe, the crucial step they forget is to connect it all together. Okay, so make sure you don't make that mistake. And the other thing is they don't watch enough, they don't listen enough, they don't study enough of the material. And by studying, I mean it could be just reading the score, or if that's a little bit too difficult, listening to the actual music. So that's why there's a lot of demonstration going on here. Okay. Oh, that's kind of awkward. I forgot about this part. Yeah. So that part is gonna take some places, some stuff to practice. Oh, thank you, Charles. It's all right. Yeah. We'll miss you while you're gone. Just make it back whenever you can. All right. So now just the right hand. Okay. So we're gonna break this down a bit. Make sure you get that triplet rhythm. Okay. Next measure. This is a bit difficult. Playing these three at a time. I can't work out a good fingering for this. I would use 2, 4, 5. And it's kind of advanced, but you want to be leaning more towards the pinky. Because that is the melody. Watch the fermata here. Okay, you want to think of it as kind of like you're running out of breath. Take another one and go. Okay? So, this brings me to my next point. It's pretty convenient that we have some difficult parts here, because this is also why you want to do one part at a time. Because occasionally, some of these sections that you practice are going to be different in difficulty. So that's why practicing from beginning to the end is a terrible idea, because some parts are difficult, some parts are even. And it's like, why would you practice the easier sections as equally as the difficult sections? That's just a waste of time. Okay, so it also lets you this way of practicing lets you hone in on just the most difficult sections, and hence you save your time. Okay, all right, now just let me play without any explanation. Now here, I guess one of the keys. Actually, no, forget it. Okay, all right, back to both hands now, or just right hand. Okay, ready, go. All right, now just left hand. Okay, ready, go. And back to both hands. Ready, go. Okay, so we have the entire we worked through the entire page now, and that's exactly what we're going to do. The entire page, okay, from the beginning. Wrong note, sorry. So same thing. We're just gonna go back and do the entire page, hands separate, hands together. Ready, go. And of course, left hand. Ready, go. I don't know why I said like that. And back to both hands. Ready, go. Okay, so that was basically the first entire page, okay? If you're just joining us, then what we're working on here is just practicing efficiently, how to practice the correct way. Just basically do one part at a time, connect it into bigger sections. And within those sections, we're doing a lot of hands separate practice, okay? So for the second page, I will give you half of it. So we'll go 8 measures at a time instead of 4 and 4, because that'll take forever, okay? And then the last page, we're just gonna try the entire last page because I want to show you the difficulty of just picking a longer section, okay? Hard to read. Okay, back to right hand. This is second page now. First 8 measures going into the next measure. One beat into the next measure because you have to connect it. Remember that? Okay, so some stuff here. I'll just go pinky, pinky. I guess you can do 4 as well, but using a lot of pedal to connect here, okay? And then we have another triplet rhythm here. Careful with that, okay? Ready, go. break down a couple sections or a couple measures. From here, I just go pinky to pinky. Although what could work better is 4, 5 if you want. This last measure here, you're holding the bottom note. Okay, it's a God, I can't think. Whole note on the bottom. Then these kind of pass through, going all the way to here, and then moving swiftly. Okay, try it together now. Top of the page. Ready, go. Okay, back to both hands. Ready, go. And finish off the second half of this page. There's a G on the bottom. Okay, this is ramping up a little bit more difficult. Right hand. So if we're looking at the bottom of the page, from here, this could be a bit of a stretch. Because holding these notes in between two, it's just really, I gotta make this, I gotta tell you, reaching this depends on the size of your hands, okay? If you have a smaller hand and this is a stretch for you, I don't think you want to be holding all of these, because it might be, creating a lot of tension in your hand. You want to avoid that because that can lead to injuries. Not to scare you or anything. Hello, Mitzi. How are you doing? Hope I said that right. That's a nice name, Mitzi. Terina, I guess. Okay. I love pronouncing different names. Okay. So holding this might not be an option. Okay. So maybe just an octave with a note in the middle. Because this is really this one, the fourth finger, that might cause you some fits. And same thing down here. Just finding the right angle as well, because you don't want to do too much on one side. Find a position where it's not creating any tension once again. Here, you gotta let go of that second finger quick enough, which is a repeated note. Okay? This is not easy. I'll show you really slowly how much movement you have to do here. By the way, keeping that voicing in the melody, okay? Because if you don't, okay? Because if you don't, it's gonna all sound cluttered and kind of messy together, okay? All right. Let's try it from there. Ready, go. So this section might take a bit of practice. It might be one of the hardest, if not one of the hardest, if not the hardest sections in this entire song. Okay, left hand. Same thing here. You might not be able to hold it. Depending on the size of your hand. Okay, this is a ninth, not an octave, but one more. I can go by a tenth, kind of comfortably. Here, so it really depends on your hand, how far you can stretch, making sure to avoid pain and tension. Tension as much as possible. You need a little bit of tension, okay? Yeah, I don't know if that's off camera. Oh, you can see it. So this part, this little arpeggio pattern, that's gonna take some practice. So, okay, so I'll just run through that a couple of times. You gotta be comfortable jumping a lot with this. Okay, all right, ready, go. Okay, back to both hands now. Ready, go. Okay, so what do you think we do here? And I kind of do that on purpose. Like, what do you think we do? It's a question, right? Because the whole entire time you should be asking yourself when you're practicing, like, what part of the step am I on? Okay, this is why it's crucial to use the tutorial. Okay, because it's no explanation, but that's on purpose. So kind of makes you think about what do I have to do next. Okay, so ask yourself what should I be doing next. Okay, and if the answer pops up, then congratulations, you're kind of getting this whole idea of practicing. If not, you gotta watch more of these lessons and then keep practicing with the tutorials, okay? So we only have one more page to go after we finish this one up. Still a little, a few minutes left. Just wanna ask you guys, if you have enjoyed this lesson and if you feel like you learned something today, hit that like button. And also, share this video with people who love to learn it on piano after this live stream is over. Here's the whole page now. Zooming out here is hard to see, so my apologies. Okay, let's just try the whole page now. Right hand, left hand, hands together. Let's just try it at the same time. See if you can handle it. Ready, go. Chucky, actually, I'm glad you said that because I'll give you a little teacher tip here. Something I do with my students all the time. So to really drive in some progress, if you want to really make some progress, this would be a good challenge for you. So what I would recommend is doing something at a higher level, but making it more of a long-term project. This is what I frequently do when my students start to make more progress. So if they're doing something easier and they're able to kind of finish these pieces or songs, maybe like a week or two, I give them a long-term project, something that's a little bit more above their level, that will take like a month or two to finish. So this is about 3 pages. So, depending on what level you're at, it could take anywhere from 3 months to even half a year, okay? But I guarantee if you do that way, you can make a ton of progress. So what you could try is just trying to learn maybe 4 measures a week, something like that, okay? So that way you don't have to be too intimidating, like not learning the entire song at a time. But that's something I really encourage you to try out. I've seen a lot of my students make progress that way. So doing something both at different levels, something is super easy, that's at their level, and then something that's more difficult, okay? But when you're doing, again, more challenging repertoire, making sure you're just really doing one little part at a time and understanding that it's going to take a long time, okay? All right, here's the left hand now. Let's try it together. Second page, ready, go. back to both hands. Ready, go. Okay, now we're finally on the last page, and like I was mentioning earlier, we're just going to try this whole entire section. It should be a good challenge for you, and it's also a good goal. It's like if you can do this entire page, and let's say in the beginning you'd only manage like a few measures at a time. This is a good goal to try to hit, a good target. Okay, so try to go for the entire page. Sorry, that didn't work out too well. There we go. Okay, yeah, the left hand is kind of tricky here. Anyway, right hand. This is awkward. Okay, so from this is the second row. I'm using 1 3 1 5 and here. Okay, I might not exactly count that correctly. I will count it correctly this time. Let's try it together from the beginning of the third page. Ready, go. Okay, now onto the left hand. I'll show you what I'm doing here. 5 1 4 2. Of course, you always have to adapt it to whatever works for you. Okay, if that doesn't work too well for you, just try to change it to however way you can to make it easier for your hand. Okay. Here we have whole notes on the outside here. Don't do this. I'm just showing you. Okay. And then you're holding these middle notes. It takes a lot of finger control. And then here I'll go 1 2. You don't want to make it like a technical exercise. Okay? So I'm trying to make it sound so like like a melody. It's a bit of a molto ritardando at the end. If you don't know what that means, it means to slow down a lot. That you don't want to practice like that. You don't want to practice these retardandos right off the bat. So you want to make sure you can do the entire rhythm straightforward. Okay, so you get the rhythm down solid, then you can add all these like retardandos and rubato and things like that. Okay. All right, let's try the whole entire last page. Left hand, ready, go. Now back to both hands, and we're gonna finish finish this lesson up after this. Stick around. I'll give you a quick recap before we officially end the lesson. All right, ready, go. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's live lesson. Here's your quick recap from the beginning. First of all, this is Roxanne. Of course, everyone knows the song. If not, then you must be a little too young. Okay, Roxanne. This is for intermediate pianos in G minor. So we have B flat, E flat throughout. How to practice this? You want to do small parts at a time, okay? And at the intermediate level, I would say about 8 measures at a time. If 8 measures is too much, then do 4 measures, okay? I showed you the beginning of this lesson, so rewind it if you need to. Anytime, Chucky, we appreciate it. You're very welcome, my friend. When this is crucial, 2 crucial things is you want to connect that one note into the next part. Don't forget to do that. So if we did 8 measures, then you're actually going to stop at the first note of the 9th measure, okay? Now within these measures, when you pick this part, do hands separate, right hand, left hand, then back to hands together. Of course, watching the videos, listening to the material a lot, because effective study is going to help cut down practice as well. And effective study is just kind of listening to it to see what it sounds like, okay? And of course, with my tutorials, you can watch both hands and whatnot. You can skip to parts that you want, okay? What else? Okay, the other crucial step is once you have 2 parts, once you have more than 1 part, you want to combine them into bigger and bigger sections until you have the entire song. So if you had the first 8 measures, then you have the next 8 measures. Now that's an entire page, then you're going to do all 16 measures at the same time, okay, until you're able to do the entire song. I'm not saying you have to build it up till you have all three pages. What you could do is just practice until you have 1 page down, then you have the 2nd page down, then the 3rd page down, then you'll just kind of run through the entire thing until it just kind of is cohesive and kind of flows together, okay? Yeah, that's basically it for this type of practice. And then also remember, this is a step-by-step guide on how to practice, okay? These lessons. The only truly way to test out your knowledge is to head on over to the tutorial, which is in the cards. And if you're able to use that, and if it totally makes sense to you, then congratulations. You're really understanding these principles really well. So, yes. Okay, last couple things. Make sure to share this video. Or a few things. Make sure to share this video. Make sure to like this video, and hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Just kidding. Yeah, if you want to catch these live lessons whenever we go live, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell as a reminder. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will see you guys for the next live stream. Have a great, awesome week. And make use of this time in quarantine. I know sometimes we're going a little stir crazy, but seriously, just make it a goal to learn as much as possible, because we will get out of this eventually, all right? Thank you guys so much. See you next time. Happy practicing.